Hey everyone, my name's Eric. If you don't already know me, I'm an astrophysics student at the University of Calgary, a youth member of the Royal Astronomical Society of Canada, and a current volunteer with Team Astro, based out of the Rothney Astrophysical Observatory just south of Calgary. In today's video, we're going to check out Stellarium, what it is, what it can do for you, and where you can get it, so stay tuned. In its most basic form, Stellarium is a planetarium software, meaning it gives you a clear view of the night sky regardless of what the weather might be wherever we live. You can see here I'm looking south and I've got Orion right here and Sirius. And if I go up a little bit more, I've got Aldebaran and the Eye of Taurus. And yeah, so it's a great way of planning out your observing sessions if you're an astronomer or just looking at the night sky. If you're interested, it's actually very cathartic to just kind of hop on here and take a look at what's going on in the night sky. One of my favorite features is the ability to show Starlore and the constellations and their labels. So for instance, here's the constellation of Orion right here, which hopefully is very recognizable to most of us. I can turn on the constellation lines and the constellation labels, and that might help you more easily navigate the night sky. But what's also very helpful, I'll turn off these labels, is you can also display the constellation art, which I find kids really like to see. It helps them visualize, what the ancients of a variety of different societies visualized in the night sky and how they thought about these shapes and things that we now know and love as constellations. So here you can see Orion, he's a hunter. You've got Taurus the bull right here, which I always find looks a little bit more like a donkey in Stellarium. Sirius in the constellation of Canis Major, so we've got a larger dog, and of course Procyon in the constellation of Canis Minor, also known as the hot dog constellation, because usually you can only see these two stars, and he is a tiny dog. But yeah, you can look anywhere you want and visualize with the modern Western interpretation of the sky, which is of course very based on the Greek mythology. But you can also do stuff like this, where you switch the Starlore in Stellarium to, for instance, Ojibwe. And this can be a wonderful way to bring some cultural awareness and perhaps sensitivity to your class and demonstrate another perspective of looking at the night sky. And of course, when you do this, it affects all the features in Stellarium, so it affects all the labels and everything, not just the artwork. So if I pop the constellation lines and their labels on, we actually get the Fisher and the Loon instead of the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper. I find that this one goes over extremely well with the kids. I was volunteering recently with a class that really enjoyed seeing this indigenous artwork. One of my other favorite features with Stellarium, which I find also goes over extremely well with kids, is the ability to change the location and the background when you're looking at the stars. So for instance, here we are actually on the moon. I have literally moved us in the program and the simulation to the moon, which, and I also have changed the background, of course. I think this is literally an astronaut. I think they've sewn in a picture from the 1969 moon landing, which is pretty cool. I could be wrong about that. Okay, so hopefully by now I've piqued your interest and you're probably wondering, what is Stellarium and where can I get it? So like I said, Stellarium is a planetary software, but it is free because it's open source. So you can get it for any of these operating systems right here. I happen to be running it on a Mac, but you can also run it on various Linux and Windows setups. There's also a web version available, but there's really no point using it because you can download it for free and have it on your own personal device. I'll have the link in the description below for easy navigation, but if you don't want to click links, I perfectly understand that. You can just go to Google, type in Stellarium, make sure you have the two R's, or sorry, the two L's and an A in there for the word stellar. And yeah, it'll just be the top link here, and you can click this, and it'll take you to the exact same place that we just were. And then all you're going to want to do is click the version that corresponds to your machine and follow your operating system's download instructions. Okay, that's it for this video. Hopefully you got something out of it and enjoyed seeing what Stellarium can do. In the next video, we're going to go over the basic navigation in Stellarium, and then after that, we'll get into some good stuff like switching Starlore and switching your viewing location. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found it helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next video.